All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard. It's time for State of the Atmosphere. The crew has assembled. I hope you're ready. We got to finish part 2 of Video Game-Palooza. As we thought, How to Train Your Dragon dominated the box office this weekend. We'll talk about that. And of course, we will have the palate cleanser halfway through the show, checking out the girlfriend of the show, Sydney Sweeney. All that and more tonight on State of the Atmosphere.
Yeah, there you go.
Let's fucking go.
Let's fucking go.
All right, welcome aboard. It's time for State of the Atmosphere. I'm your host, JoesAtmosfere. It's good to see all you guys tonight. And oh my God, Knock has Corona Cam working tonight. Wow.
Yes.
Somebody is off for a long weekend.
You can see my
obviously.
terrible setup right now. Yes, absolutely. You can see my mic is still on here. I still haven't found that one little piece that I need for the clamp micro, phone thingamabobber holder.
Right.
So this is how I'm holding up the mic stand, and yes, I am partaking tonight because I'm off tomorrow.
He's not afraid to show his face today. So.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
No, he's not. John, how are you doing this evening, man? You looking good? And you're muted again, sir. There you
I think I'd know that if the light's red. The
right in front of your face.
I know.
But anyway, how are you, man? Good to see you.
I'm doing good.
Yeah, that's good. All right, Jed, how are you, man? You sound a little spry this evening. You're actually awake. You must have been up for a while.
No, I got up at 2:45. So
Okay.
yeah, so
No, cool,
I
man.
talked to Kay for like 15 minutes, and then I
Okay.
went over here. So yeah.
Cool. Well, let's see. Speaking of Kay, she's here. Oh man, she dropped those 3 letters. Dropped those 3 letters, didn't she? Damn.
Yeah.
I swear.
Let's fucking go.
Let's fucking go.
And we've got Juliet from across the pond. How are you doing, young lady? Good to see you. Good
Hey,
to see you.
Juliet.
All right, guys, let's get started. Yeah, you know what? You're going to hear it again because it's the intro to the pop culture update. So let's do this.
Let's fucking go.
Let's fucking go.
Of course, we're going to start like we always do with the box office receipts for this weekend. And of course, How to Train Your Dragon, almost 85 million domestically. It made almost 200 million worldwide. It was like, what, 198, John, I think was the number I saw. Yeah, it did gangbusters just like we thought it would. Knock didn't quite get to see it this weekend. You're going this weekend coming up, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So Lilo and Stitch made another 15. Materialist, I don't know what that is. We may have to look that one up. What is it?
Another 824.
Yeah.
Distributor.
824? Okay.
824
well,
just knocking that shit out of the park.
Yeah, they are. They're doing a good job. 12 million. Mission Impossible. I went and saw that again on Father's Day. I took my stepson David to see it. And he really dug it because he's building his own AI. to do different things for him. And he's got like a terabyte drive that he carries around with it and everything. And he's teaching it to do everything he wants it to do, man. He has totally embraced the technology. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, the bad guy in that movie is the entity. It's an AI. So he thought that was pretty cool. And then Ballerina came in with 9 million. So the summer box office is here. People are going to the movies. We went, like I said, Sunday, and there was a packed theater. The theater was packed for Mission Impossible, man. We got our tickets a little late, and everything in the center was gone. We had to sit on one of the edges, but I didn't have to sit up front. That's the good thing. But anyway, like we said, How to Train Your Dragon comes in first. 84 million for its U.S. opening and 198 globally. Man, I really haven't watched any reviews on this. Looking forward to seeing what Knock thinks of it. I have never seen the animated one. I know you guys have. I'm sure you're fans and whatever, but I that's just one that I wasn't interested in.
And I mentioned that I think last week we touched on it a little bit. I'm definitely a newer fan. I've only watched the series once, but I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And as I mentioned that time, the only reason I watched the series was because I got the game for 3 cents at Walmart. So
Right.
I was like, let me go ahead and watch it. And I really enjoyed it. So I think I'm glad I'm seeing it on Saturday and I have the next couple of days off. So I'll probably watch through that so that I can do a really good comparison fresh. The first movie animated.
Watch the animated one,
and then see where it may or may not go. Because I know Jed had mentioned before we got on that he's heard that they may go in different directions. I don't know if that's true. Yeah, just rumor. Don't know if that's true or not. But I'll at least see, get a fresh perspective again or remember on reminder of what the animation stuff happened, and then go see the live action.
And if you would like to know somebody that actually did go see it and he has it up on his channel, Culture put a huge thing right there about How to Train Your Dragon. So
okay,
everybody knows they can
drop the link in there, Jed.
I did. I put it right in there. So
okay, good.
Guys, go watch that later on. Watch this right now. Go watch Culture later on afterwards.
Yeah, for sure. What's Kay talking about there? Joe, you should know better. Laugh out loud. Yeah. What was that about? I've missed it completely.
I do have a nice double feature that's coming up here soon. I know we're going to talk about it when we do the July movies. Probably, I don't know, maybe next week, maybe.
Yeah, I think, we've got one more Wednesday, and it's going to be next week. We're going. But
we got I think I'm going to make it a double feature because I'm going to be taking that few days off as well. Which will be the Jurassic Park and then the Superman movie. I think that's a pretty good double feature that day. So
that's coming up quick.
I'm going to do that opening weekend Superman and do a double feature that day.
I think
that'll be a pretty good day.
We're trying to do it. I think me and Culture may be going. We're trying to do Workout Sun. So but you'll probably see me and Culture be talking about the movie.
Cool.
Pretty soon.
John, you got plans to go see this thing?
Maybe.
Yeah.
I can't make plans like that without
the chief, the commander.
No, right now, John. I want to see decisions right now.
Yeah,
put
come
your
on,
foot
John,
down, John. Come on. I'm the man of the house. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
Let's see. Kay says, I will not be here next week, so I will miss you all. Well, we will miss you, young lady, for sure. You'll have to go back and watch our show on the July movies that are coming up. And look, July is going to be a big month. There's a lot of stuff coming out in July.
I don't know what I'm going to do this next week. It's going to be weird without.
But we're not out of June yet, and the next weekend in June, I watched the Nooner with Nerdrotic today, and our guy Chris Gore was on, and he simply adores 28 years later. He says it's really, really good. This movie they're projecting is going to make $56 million. Its opening weekend, and that Ilio is going to end up behind it. But they're expecting, maybe that the Dragon movie is going to make more than 28 years later that weekend. They think that's going to continue to dominate.
28 years later is a niche thing.
Right. Yeah. But it's going to be big for a horror movie. It's going to be big. I have a feeling that 56 number doesn't surprise me at all. I think it's going to do well. Ilio, 50 million. I don't know about that one. We'll see. Who we got here? Swift -1 is waving at us. How you doing?
Hey, Swift.
Good to see you. Good to see you.
Swift comes over there with
But
stuff, so.
yeah, initial report from Chris Gore is that it's good. So he didn't drop any spoilers or anything like that, but he said that it was definitely, the world building in it is really cool, he said. And that's always a good thing when you're doing a movie like this, the science fiction kind of stuff, which is what a zombie apocalypse movies really are, part of the sci-fi side of the house. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Of course, you know what? This is one of those ones I'm going to have to go grab my buddy Mark. My wife is not going to go see this, I don't think. She's not into horror movies. She likes The Walking Dead, though, so I might be able to talk her into this.
Just tell her it's exactly like The Walking Dead. There you go. There's no difference. In fact, it has the same people in it.
Right? Daryl's in it. That's all I got to do.
Daryl's in it. Exactly. There you go.
Right? Nah, I don't think I'm going to be able to pull that one off.
You'd be like, where's Daryl?
You're out, right? Where is he?
When's he going to show up?
You lied to me. Where is he?
Oh,
well, Kick-Ass is in it. Don't worry about it. Kick-Ass is in it.
It was a deleted cutscene. I'm sorry. I didn't know until we went and saw it.
We're just going to go on to the decade later, 28 decades later.
Yeah, 28 decades later. Can you imagine that?
Wow. Natural progression, right?
That's what the next movie's going
to be. No. Look, 28 decades later is going to be like a 5-minute documentary on how they nuked the island. Okay. With advanced weaponry from 28 decades later, right?
And then it's got to be 28 centuries later, and then,
right?
28 millenniums later.
It's crazy. The first reports on it. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Jed. What?
I said they're at the end of the tank with that franchise. They need to rename it something else because
go watch Chris Gore talk about it. I'm not going to spoil anything, but go watch him talk about it. You may be wrong about that.
Oh, I knew they were going to come out with another one.
Yeah. So anyway, that's what they're looking at for next. I think it's next weekend. That one's coming out. So this ought to be fun to see. I'm really interested to see. Now, let me pop this back up here. I'm really wondering what Ilio is going to make, because that thing looks really,
there's some,
I'm pretty sure the Dragon movie is going to grab the kids quicker than I think than Ilio. You know what I'm saying? So that doesn't look good for Disney right there, I don't think.
If anybody was hanging out over on Park Place or Pro's channel the other day when they were talking about it, when Culture was there too.
Yeah. Bad, huh? Yeah. I'm not hearing good things about it.
No.
Killy Cow, it's good to see you. How you doing? What's going on? What's going on? We're talking about the pop culture update right now. Okay. We also have a review out on F1. Brad Pitt swaggers through the Formula One drama that's all surface excitement.
I was talking the whole time I was on mute.
Oh, were you?
I was just going to say real quick, Disney movies, it's really hard I think it's hard to make a new Disney movie now, right? And then this one is just, it gets a little old. It gets a little old when adults are talking about Disney movies, I feel.
Get this.
It's not meant for us, guys. It's really not.
Oh, I want to put out this point. They had to redo the movie like once or twice. This is the third time they had. It's been years. Yeah. So they had to scrap it, come back, scrap it, come back.
Yeah.
So. Yeah.
Yeah, it's if you've heard anything about the production of this thing, it's not going well.
I just think the timing is bad because of How to Train Your Dragon.
Well, because it's like Cruise putting out Mission Impossible against Barbie and Oppenheimer. I mean, you just can't do that, man. You're gonna get your nuts kicked.
He didn't have Barbie and Oppenheimer this time, so what's the excuse, John?
Well, I don't know if there is an excuse. It's making money, man. I mean, he's not making we knew it wasn't going to make a whole lot of money because,
pretty sure it's at a loss right now.
well, it's going to be a loss because he spent so much money on it, dude. It's like they've got to like make $800 million to pay for that flick, but I don't think Cruise cares. So anyway, this one here, from all accounts, it's all right. But the thing that's a selling point for this thing is they put you in the damn car. I'm actually thinking about going to see this in IMAX, dude. First time out. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna have to leave my wife at home. I'll probably take Dallas to this because he's a big NASCAR fan, so he likes the racing stuff. So, but yeah, this just the trailers we've seen of this, I'm interested in seeing it. But then again, you know, I like fast cars and stuff, so it's definitely a niche kind of movie. I think it's going to do better internationally than it does here, though. You know, Indianapolis is a well-known race in the Formula One circuit. But you know, people in the States, they watch NASCAR. You know what I mean? They like the wrecks and the redneck kind of thing, you know.
F1 like the keyboard.
Yeah, right.
Is that the button on the keyboard?
But this is going to do gangbusters internationally, I think, guys, because Formula One is a big thing around the world. So, looking forward to this, and I'm really thinking about going ahead and getting IMAX tickets for it. Next up, we have to report the sad passing of somebody that's way too young. Ann Burrell, if you watch any of the Food Network stuff, I think her latest show was she was the main host, and they would change the other chef all the time for Worst Cooks in America, right, John?
Oh yeah, she was, because I watched it from the start.
She was well known for her crazy hairdo, and she's a really great chef. I think wasn't she first on the Iron Chef show, the one the competition show.
Yeah, she was on that one.
I don't think she won Iron Chef, but I don't think she was the first one. Obviously,
no, I'm not saying she was the first one. I'm just saying that was one of the first shows she was on. Yeah, and she did beat her opponent. So. Yeah, my wife is a huge fan. She was devastated when she heard this, man.
She's one of the OG Food Network people. So.
Yeah, she is. Bobby Flay, her, and a couple others. Go ahead.
You got Ty from a Great American Food Truck Race right there too. So
yeah. You know. Well, the guy. See, it was kind of weird. We were talking earlier before the show, John and I said, you know, this is not the one that I thought would be passed away early. I always thought it would be Guy.
Guy is
Ferretti, because of the diner show he does. Some of the stuff he eats on the diner show, I'm like, dude, how are you not 300 pounds?
Still doing it too.
Yeah, crazy, man.
He barfed it up.
But anyway, I'm sorry. Who's that?
I was making a joke. I said he barfed it up afterwards.
Yeah, right. He's got an eating disorder, right?
Process the food.
You know, the guy that did Man Eats World, he had to quit that show because of his health, and that's the reason why you don't see him in a lot of food shows anymore.
Yeah. Okay, I knew that. Yeah, it's coming out this weekend. Yep, for sure. Talking about 28 years later, but yeah. John, were you a fan of this young lady?
Yeah, my wife and I watch the cooking shows all the time. The last one she was on was House of Knives.
House of Knives?
She was a contestant. She was a contestant on the House of Knives. Once for the season.
All righty.
She would come into she's been on Chopped. She's been on a bunch of. She made the circuit on those shows. She was on Restaurant Impossible with Anthony and them, and she's been on a ton of stuff. And there was the one where you had to cook with whatever the food stuff. She was a guest judge on there sometimes.
Yeah, she was the main. The ones that I saw her on lately were always Worst Cooks in America.
Yeah, she helped start that one.
Yeah, and she's the main person on it. They always change out the other chef, but she's the one that's always the drill sergeant on there with them. So it's a shame to see. She's way too young. They found her unresponsive at her home in Brooklyn. So yeah, turn one up there, Corona Cam for Ann Burrell. Yeah, gone way too soon. Way too soon. I was telling my wife I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of these chefs die young because of I mean it's decadent food they're cooking, man, and a lot of it's not good for you. You know what I mean? So I'm not surprised, but it's a shame because she really did show us how to make some cool stuff, man. And she was a personality. She's one of those. When I think of Food Network, I think of her, and I think of Bobby Flay. They're probably the two main ones I think about. And Gordon Ramsay, not so much. He's not on the Food Network. He's everywhere else.
Dude,
he's on
Gordon has his own stuff on Fox.
Yeah,
I watch.
Fox.
He's got
Hell's Kitchen and
Hell's Kitchen.
I can't remember the one
Chef.
where he goes in.
The one where he has the last stand chef. I watched it.
The one where he has to yell at people.
That's every show.
That's every show though.
Yeah, except for Master Chef. He doesn't yell at people on Master Chef.
I do like the one where
does.
I remember one episode. I don't remember what show it was, whichever one he does. But he went to this like soul food place and he like just cleaned the plate. I always like those videos.
Yeah.
The only one he doesn't yell is on Master Chef Junior. He doesn't yell on that one. On Master Chef, he does. I've seen him.
Not very often though. He's one of
great.
3 judges, and he doesn't. No, it's not like Hell's Kitchen. Oh
no!
God.
If they really screw up, he'll get on their ass. So.
Yeah. Like I said, it's not as often. That's all I'm saying, Jed. Anyway, yeah, it's a shame she's gone. My wife was definitely broken up about it, but anyway, let's hear it for Ann Burrell. She was a character, no doubt. That haircut, you knew who it was. Yeah. I would imagine she has tons of product in her hair every time she does it.
I had a question here.
Kitchen Nightmares, yes, and Hotel Hell, yeah. Those are Gordon Ramsay shows. Yes, absolutely, yes. Go ahead, Jed.
I had a question here, and this will go into something we all know about. I don't know if anybody saw, but the Lakers got sold for like $10 billion today.
The Lakers?
Yeah.
I did see something about that. I heard about it.
Look, I'm going to show it to you right now. I have a thing right here. It just came out.
Okay.
I didn't realize that a basketball team was worth that much. But
that is Discord. That is the wrong one.
The Broncos were sold for $5 billion, and that's a football team. So
yeah.
I don't know.
So here's my thing. You hear this right here. $10 billion. Malkwater is in an agreement to purchase majority ownership of the Lakers for approximately $10 billion, the largest seller of professional sports franchise in the world. So
now keep in mind that's in California, so that's really taxes wise. It was
so
like
then you go here, and then Joe, and everybody's like, "Can Jerry just sell the Cowboys now?" And everybody's got a Cowboys meme now.
He would never sell that.
Jerry Cullen isn't counting up to see how much his Cowboys are worth now.
Never
and
gonna.
He knows. Like, Jerry Jones, you're up.
He knows
all the
how
Cowboys
much it is.
fans are like, "Can you please sell the Cowboys?"
He has delusional fans for life.
Dude,
he has no reason to sell.
Yeah, I'm like not one of those delusional. I know they suck.
I don't know what his kids will do. I don't know when he passes. When he passes away and his kids can take control. Whoever takes control does whatever. He's never going to be like Al Davis. He's never going to sell it.
Yeah,
never going to happen.
He won't.
I know that. He's never going to get rid of that.
But the $10 billion that sounds cheap to me for the Lakers. The Lakers are one of the 2 biggest franchises in the NBA. The other one's the Celtics. I mean, those are the 2 biggest ones. So that $10 billion sounds about right for me.
Hey, I got something for you right here.
Okay, Jed, go for it. What you got there?
We're in the Jet Hour right now.
Yeah, I guess we're in the Jet Hour. Yeah.
Look at that. Jerry Jones just doubled. Cowboys, Golden State Warriors, Rams, Yankees, Knicks, and then you put up the new thing right there. So the Lakers.
Is baseball going to be done soon? I'm kind of.
No, that goes all the way through October, brother.
Yeah, it does.
Goes all the way through.
We're coming. You know what? What sucks? We're coming into the terrible time of the year where hockey just finished, right? They just did their Stanley Cup, just finished.
Yeah, 2 times Stanley Cup champions.
Oklahoma Thunder is 1 win away from winning the NBA Finals.
Yep.
They play tomorrow night.
Right.
And so, yeah, once that's over, it's just baseball.
Just baseball until August.
The worst time of the year for me. I just fuck sports. I don't care until August.
Right. July is the worst month for sports.
So depressing.
It is. But there's a reason why, dude. It's because everybody's on summer vacation. So they're not in front of television sets. That's why these sports wrap up in June. And football doesn't kick off until August.
And the only time you do have something like that is when the Olympics come in the summer, so.
Well, I mean, Olympics is only every 4 years.
Silver Bowl!
Keely Chow says, message for Jerry Reisendorf. Sell the Bulls. Oh my God!
I tell you what, though, that college football 26 is coming out here soon, and I'm ready for some college football this year.
Well, you go, man.
Wait for this next season.
Yeah. Hey, I'm not going to buy that game though. I can tell you that. I'm just because it's going to be just like the last year's game. I don't know. You'll have to fill me in on the tweaks. See what it looks like, but.
Oh yeah,
we'll definitely talk about that here in a minute. We've got the second half of the video game stuff coming up, so we got to do that. But let's get back to the pop culture update here. This next one, I couldn't help but smile, man. Steve Carell breaks out in a dance during commencement speech. You guys got to hear this. He was doing it at Northwestern. I'm going to fast forward a little bit. But, this actually, I'm going to go ahead and play this part because this is actually a scene from The Office. It's kind of prophetic, really. Let me go ahead and get the sound right, and we should be good to go with this. You guys let me know if you hear this when I get it started, okay?
Okay.
Here we go. And
No
you can't
sound.
hear shit.
No sound.
I don't hear any sound either.
Did you click the button?
Yeah, I did. Not that.
Did you do the thing and then do the thing after that?
Did you jiggle it and then move it to the right and then
no, I didn't do all that thing. Well, I guess I'm going to have to refresh it. Guess I'm going to have to refresh it. Hang on. Which means there's going to be an ad and all that good stuff. Yikes.
So today on Today,
right?
No, NBC News Daily, where we scan.
Oh, I see what's going on, guys. Damn it. It's muted up here. Okay. Hang on. Yeah, the tab's muted. This is live television, folks. Okay, here we go.
Actually, YouTube is the TV now. YouTube it's more watched than TV now.
Yeah, it is. Most of the time.
There was a thing up the other day where we were actually talking about it.
Here we go.
A lot of times at a school or naval academy, after a rousing speech, the crowd will throw its hats high into the air.
You understand, nobody's graduating.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying, if they did throw their hats, I've got a great line for that. May your hats fly as high as your dreams.
The star spent Father's Day delivering the commencement address at Northwestern University and selecting this sweet theme for his speech.
I want you. Today, I'd like to talk about something quite simple, something that is important to me, and something that I believe we need more of in the world. My topic this morning is kindness. So please just shut up and listen. I understand the importance of kindness. I am kind.
And
or at least that seems to be a common
no time to prove the
misconception about me.
impact of a random act of kindness. Steve declared a mid-speech dance break, even running off stage to take his moves down into the stands with the newly minted grads. I don't know. I think that alone makes up for all 4 years of hard work and everything you put into it because of that moment right there.
That is really, really cute.
That's a commencement speech.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys are fans of his, but I'm a huge fan of Steve Carell. So I got a kick out of that one.
Last version, the 40-year-old virgin, that one's hilarious.
Oh, 40-year-old virgin? Yeah.
God, it's hilarious.
It's a hilarious show.
Yeah, that movie.
It really
Kelly
is.
Clarkson!
Yeah, Kelly Clarkson. Yeah.
They feel like bags of sand. That was my favorite line.
Yes.
My favorite line.
Have you ever
Oh,
touched any
bags of
titties? Yeah, man, I touch titties all the time, man. What are you talking about?
All right, Martin is here. He says, "Greetings, my excellent friends," and he says, "Hello, Blue," because he wants to hear me talk like Droopy Dog. Killy says, "I'm not a Sonics fan, but fuck the Thunder." Okay,
Amen on that one.
Let's see. Fuck the Winnipeg Jets. Rip Atlanta Thrashers. Look at this. Everybody's talking about the sports teams
Keely's
now.
coming up with screw
Right?
this, screw that.
Yep. Let's see. Yeah. So anyway, I just thought that was neat. I love Steve Carell. I think he's great, man. And I thought that was a lot of fun right there. Okay. Let's see what we've got. Yeah, I grabbed an article on it because Knock sent us something that was really cool in our show thread. Apparently he's going to it. I guess it's in October. Is that right? Do I remember this correctly? The PlayStation concert is coming to North America this year.
Yeah, this one snuck up on me. I got an email about it, and I thought it looked so freaking cool.
Wait, are they going to do Final Fantasy in this one too?
Last of Us, God of War, Ghost of Tsushima, Horizon, and more will be featured.
There was a good list. The poster that I sent in text had like a good list of.
Hang on, I can pull that up real quick. Hang on, I'll get to that. You guys talk about this amongst yourselves while I'm doing it.
PlayStation. I mean, you think of Final Fantasy, you think of Nintendo and PlayStation. Okay, so
go ahead, Knock.
He booted himself.
Did he boot himself? Why did he boot himself? Why you want to do that to yourself, Knock?
Why
it's Corona Cam. That's what it is. It's Corona Cam.
My phone, like I hit a button on the button and it kicked me out. Like so, no. But what I wanted to say was, I've been on a tear with these concerts, like, and been really enjoying. Like I'm gonna do. Joe mentioned earlier, the Emperor Strikes Back in concert later on this summer.
Fuck you, Knock.
There's a rock. There's a rock orchestra in November that I'm planning to go to. There's a Back to the Future in concert coming up in a month, 2 months that I'm considering going to, and I've just had a blast doing those because they're just so much fun to go see the movie and then have the orchestra right below the screen and play the score of it. It's become a really fun hobby.
Knock, if you ever get the chance, go to the Final Fantasy VII one.
Well, I only go by what I have nearby, right? Okay, so yeah, I'm kind of limited.
Final Fantasy one
I'm not going to go out of state to do this really, unless I'm already out of state, kind of thing.
I got to go to the Final Fantasy.
I'm always looking for older games, older movies that I really enjoy. Like if there's ever a Lord of the Rings, I'm 100% going to be there. But this list is crazy. God of War, Ghost of Tsushima, The Last of Us, Horizon Zero Dawn, Uncharted, Helldivers, Bloodborne.
Journey.
It's just like I've been to this theater before. That's where I saw Jurassic Park in concert. It's where I saw one of the Harry Potters in concert. Really great theater, so I'll definitely be there for that one. It's really, really cool. So now, I'm always on the lookout for this.
Let me ask you something. Do you think they're going to have visuals of the games on
100%.
screen?
100% they will. Yeah, I'd be kind of shocked if they didn't.
I went to, like I said, I went to a Final Fantasy one where they did all the Final Fantasy games, and then I went to a Chrono Trigger concert where they had
the screen. God.
Yes, it was awesome.
Chrono Trigger.
Yeah.
The soundtrack for, I don't know if you ever played Chrono Trigger, Joe. This is a Super NES game. The soundtrack on that one rivals Final Fantasy. Like, it's so good.
Whenever you hear my phone ring, Chrono Trigger Frog's theme is my ringtone.
Yeah, what's the frog's name? That was definitely the best one for sure.
So that's my ringtone to my phone.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you're
his name is Glenn, by the way.
Keep your eyes open. Pre-sale for tickets begins today. It started today at 10 a.m. Eastern time. So get out there and get your tickets for it. It looks like it'll be something very, very special, guys. Go ahead, finish up. I just wanted to let people know when they could get the
No,
tickets.
I would say I hate you for that because I don't want to battle for tickets. But sure, yeah, okay. Thanks, Joe. I haven't gotten my tickets yet, Joe. Thanks.
Get over it, son.
Hey, everybody,
no,
please go get the
I do.
ticket so Knock can't go.
yeah, right. Yeah, wait, guys, wait, time out. But no, I saw that and I was like, this looks really cool. Like that popped up literally the other day, and I was like, hey, tickets are coming up here soon, and I was like, that's freaking cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, those are some good soundtracks. The music from those. I know Last of Us. I know God of War. And
I'm actually playing Horizon Zero Dawn right now.
Are you?
Yeah, I've been playing.
That's
that
the
on
first
my
one,
console.
Zero Dawn. Yeah.
Yes, correct. Yeah, I wanted to because I never actually. I've had Forbidden West for like a year, and I never got into it. So I'm like, let me do a quick playthrough of Horizon Zero. I've already done the DLC halfway through the map, so I'm going to finish that up, and then I'm going to do Forbidden West.
I bought it and found out it was a stealth game, and I was like, oh shit.
It's partially a stealth game, but if you just do story mode, then you could just fight through everything.
I might go ahead.
This is what I'm doing for the first one. I'm just doing story mode
because it looks cool. It does. Let's see. Kay commenting on Steve Carell says, "I love him. He's a good actor. I used to watch The Office with my mom." And the member of our crowd that remains nameless. Well, we're going to expose his name right now.
There are some who call me Tim.
Tim is here, and he asks, Knock, is there a Back to the Future one concert? So
a Black to the Future one.
Black to the Future? Is that misspelled? Or
I'm not so sure with a Tim.
With Tim, you can't never tell.
It's probably not my demographic, so I might not watch it.
And of course,
you might want to go see that one.
As usual, he doesn't ever let me go. He says
they race swap Marty McFly and everybody in the movie.
Yeah,
but yeah, you were wondering about going to see that
Tyler
one,
Perry.
And I think you should. Back to the Future is one of my favorite franchises, dude. I love that stuff. My favorite one is the third one, where he goes to the Old West. I love that one, man. It is so great. Everybody everywhere is gonna say Clint Eastwood is the biggest yellow belly in the West. That line is so fucking funny. Oh my god. But anyway, okay. So we got that concert to watch out for, guys. It's going to be making the rounds. I think John told me that it's going to be close to him too. So he's thinking about it. But anyway, next up on the pop culture update, we've got something that I heard about today, and I might have to do my little trick and play this because I like the actor.
I would not mind watching that. I'm actually not a Bruce Springsteen guy, but I'm a Jeremy Allen White guy.
I was going to say, I'm really interested to see this because my dad has told me some of the lore behind this guy. Now, those of you that don't know, my father is a DJ from way back in the day, and he's got a rather large autograph and LP collection, and he's made it his mission for the last 2 decades to convert his entire vinyl collection to MP3s and MP4s. I've got a hard drive over here that's a terabyte. I
hope he's still keeping the vinyl, though.
Oh yeah, he's keeping the vinyl. He's got that. He's got that out the back of his house in a climate-controlled 2-story
I was
building.
Like, that's a sin to get rid of vinyl.
But anyway, and I'm with you on this, Knock. I'm not a huge fan of the Boss. I'm really not. I like some of his music. I like his backup band more than I do him. I mean, those guys are pretty cool.
If you've seen Springsteen lately, he looks like a fucking 60-year-old.
Well, he's an old man, Jed. I mean, he's been around a long time.
I know.
And he's, anyway, look, I think I'm going to pull up this and do my magic because I do want to see this. So, because I know some of the lore behind it, I'm going to be interested to see how they tell the story. Because look, guys, I don't know if you know this about Bruce Springsteen. He was supposed to be the next Elvis. They I think it was RCA, the same label that did Elvis's stuff. was they were they put together a package for him. They were going to promote him and all this other stuff, and he walked away from it. He said no, and I've always given him kudos for that. He didn't take the money, and he wanted to do his own thing. He didn't want anybody telling him how to make music and that kind of thing. And I think I think he made the right decision there. Kind of like Buddy Holly did when he was starting out. They tried. I don't know if you guys know this about Buddy Holly, but they tried to make him country. He actually got a fist fight with somebody in the studio saying, "No, you're not doing this to my music. What are you, crazy?" And so, yeah, I'm very interested to see if they show this during this film. Let me go ahead and
see. I liked Springsteen. The point where I started to dislike him when he brought politics into everything.
As crazy as Tom Cruise is, every celebrity could take a fucking notes from that guy.
Yes.
Yes. He's a Scientologist, which I don't believe in at all, but he never talks about it. And what was it? Recently, they tried to get him to speak about Trump, and he was like, we're going to talk about the movie, guys. We didn't come here for this. The fans don't want to hear about that. They want to hear about this movie. You know what I mean? And I was like, you go, Tom. They all need to pay attention to him. He never talks about that stuff. Let's see. I need to find it on here. What's the name of the film? Do you guys know? Let's see. Deliver Me from Nowhere. Biopic. Okay, let me get that and copy it. But do you guys have a favorite Bruce Springsteen song? I do have one of those. And believe it or not, it's not Born in the USA. It's not that.
Are you Dancing in the Dark?
Born in the USA. I don't know. I don't really.
Was it the one with Courtney Cox?
I'm not the biggest fan.
Well, you had Dancing in the Dark. You had the one where Courtney Cox showed up for the first time.
Yeah, that's Dancing in the Dark, and that's my favorite. That's my favorite one because Courtney Cox is the one he pulls out of the crowd.
Well, I love Born in the USA and Dancing in the Dark. Those are my two favorites. Yeah. I liked him because I grew up with that shit. Remember, if you don't know, when me and Joe were a bit older than most. Yeah. So.
Well, everybody on this panel is except for Knock, and he's trying to creep up on us. But let's see. Martin says the first rule of Scientology Fight Club is you do not talk about Scientology Fight Club. That's right. That's right. Take notes, celebrities, please. Okay, so I've got everything up. Let's go ahead and do up the full screen and drop this out and get the new one up so we can see this trailer. And I'm with you, Knock. I love the actor. I've watched some of The Bear, and I'm going to finish that eventually. I thought my wife would be into it because it's about a restaurant, but sadly, she wasn't as into it as I was. So
yeah, there were some people that didn't like it.
But anyway, let's check out this fella here as he plays Bruce Springsteen.
It's a 305 V8.
Never owned a new car before.
Yeah, it's awfully fitting for a handsome devil rock star. I do know who you are.
Well, that makes one of us.
I got to tell you, I love... there's a bit out there. You guys need to look it up. You'll laugh your ass off. It's Robert Wool. If you remember that guy, he's a comedian. And he did a bit talking about how the state of New Jersey was thinking about changing their anthem to Born to Run.
Yes.
By Bruce Springsteen. And it's hilarious because if you've ever heard that song, I don't think you want that as your anthem.
Baby, you are born to run.
Baby, this town will break the bones from your back. Oh,
yeah.
Shit.
That's
but anyway,
them.
Okay, let's see what's up.
Hey, boss, can you do a mic check?
How's that sound?
Looks about right.
Don't need to be perfect. I want it to feel like I'm in the room by myself.
Yeah.
Let's try.
Wow, man. He's got the same lilt to his voice. That's pretty good job.
Yeah, he's got it. I like that.
Here's what I want you to understand. This is not about either one of us. This is not about the charts. This is about Bruce Springsteen. And these are the songs that he wants to work on right now.
I saw her standing on her front.
Yeah, man. This looks like they might be going in the direction I was talking about. You know what I mean? That from what I'm seeing, we'll see.
Just a twirling her butt.
I'm going to tell you a little story. When Bruce was little, he had a hole in the floor of his bedroom.
Me and her for
The floor that's supposed to be solid, that you're supposed to be able to stand on.
That's one of the Wahlbergs, isn't it?
Bruce, he didn't have.
What'd you say?
Is that's one of the Wahlbergs?
Is it Donnie?
Is it Donnie? I think it's Donnie. Right?
I'll have to. We'll look at the IMDb page here in a second.
Bruce is a repairman. And what he's doing with this album is he's repairing that hole in his floor. He's repairing that hole in himself. And once he's done that, he's going to repair the entire world.
Wow, that's deep, man. That's deep. He's a very passionate songwriter, that's for sure.
I have been digging this trend of musical. I don't know what you want to.
Biopics is what they call them.
Is that,
yeah,
Mm-hmm. I've been digging them. I still got to do like the Rocket Man and a lot of the other ones that have been. Timothy Charlemagne did one.
Yeah, Dylan. I haven't seen the Dylan one yet.
Yeah, I still got to
Great
do
Unknown.
I still got to do the Weird Akovich with Daniel Radcliffe.
Yeah,
there's a bunch I still got to watch out there. So
it's introducing their music to a younger generation, which I like a lot.
Oh yeah,
I think really cool. Let's go ahead and finish this up.
I'm trying to find some real in all the noise.
You always do.
That is a good song.
His early stuff was really good. Yeah. I don't like his later.
Jeremy Allen White is really good with the vein popping.
Well, that's Bruce. Bruce lays it all out, dude. You can say what you want about the guy. He lays it all on the line every night of his concert.
Film not rated yet.
Yes, absolutely, man. Film not rated yet. Yeah, well, I mean, it's probably going to end up being R, I would imagine.
Oh, yeah.
Very passionate songwriter. Like I said, I'm not the biggest fan. I mean, but he definitely wanted to do certain things with his music, and he accomplished that. So hats off to him. I don't agree with his politics or anything, but when it comes to the music, I really do enjoy Born to Run and Born in the USA. I mean, he's got some great songs. He really does. And that premiere album of his is considered one of the greatest rock albums ever made. So, yeah, definitely going to check that one out, man, for sure. Let me go ahead and switch things around here so I can get back to where I was on the update. But yeah, Jeremy Allen White, he's going to do a good job of that. He's a good actor. And Bruce, first of all, how many pieces are in his band? It's like 10. He's got a choir of backup singers. He's got the E Street Band, which has got a saxophone. I know one of the guitarists was the guy on The Sopranos, right? I can't remember the character's name, but I remember seeing him in his band. And when I saw him on The Sopranos, I was like, oh my God, that guy's a musician.
And a lot of his band was on the David Letterman show too.
Yep. So yeah, Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Band should be fun to see, man. Should be fun to see. Okay. We've got another. Now this one right here, this story right here, I don't know about this one. He says he's being basically blackmailed, scammed, whatever. Tyler Perry sued for alleged sexual assault battery by the Oval actor Derek.
Wait. I gotta explain. Does he know Diddy?
Let me the story, and then you can comment, sir. Derek Dixon An actor, some of the Mogul's productions claims Perry repeatedly made unwanted sexual advances. A lawyer for Perry said the filmmaker is being shaken down. Now, we'll have to find out. Were you making a joke about his name, dude? Is that what you were doing?
Yeah.
Daryl. Let's call him Daryl Dixon. Really drive the women crazy, right? I don't know. This guy has helped out so many people in their career, But then again, Diddy helped out a lot of people in their career.
Oh yeah,
right?
he was like the greatest guy on the face of the earth till everybody found out that the Diddy parties,
Right. So,
ain't no party like a Diddy party.
Right. Ain't no party like a Diddy party. Unless it's a Perry party. No, I'm just kidding. If you read the article, it just doesn't sound like Tyler Perry to me. This guy says that he pushed him up against the wall and groped him. And I don't know. I just don't get that kind of energy from Tyler Perry. You know what I mean?
I want to put it out there. Everybody thought Diddy was like one of the most wholesome guys on the face, good guys, until you found out about shit.
What?
So,
no, Diddy was never known as being wholesome, bro.
No, but the people thought he was somewhat wholesome and he did good things. Okay?
Yeah.
Somewhat, and did good things until you found out all the shit that came out. So,
Knock, what was that you said a minute ago? Ain't no party like a Diddy party?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cat Williams knew.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
he had a whole damn special about it.
Right. Yeah. I'm going to be interested to see what comes out in this because I just don't get that kind of energy from him. I really don't. He's helped out so many people with his production company and stuff. I just don't know, man. You're going to have to prove that one to me.
Who's that guy for iCarly, the Dan Schneider guy, or I forget his name, but the producer for iCarly and all that really creepy dude. I don't know if you ever heard that documentary. He was one of those things where if you go back and you watch some of those episodes of iCarly and those kind of shows, like they're like washing their feet.
Mm-hmm.
And doing like rubbing their bellies and all kinds of weird shit.
Wow.
And there's like a whole documentary about it, man, and how the guy never got charged with anything. I don't know, but
wow,
really creepy shit.
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah, there's some.
Yeah. Well, we know that Hollywood's a different planet, right?
It's a world that we will never understand.
Never understand, no doubt.
And that's a good thing because if we understood it, then we would probably be a part of it.
Oh God, no! Please, no! I don't want to be a part of it.
Yeah. So
Yeah. Oh. Okay. So real quick, let's go over here to the IMDb page. Now, you wanted to check something out, an actor that's in this or something? Or what was it exactly that I was looking this up for?
Me?
Yeah, somebody mentioned something, and I said I'd go look at it. But one thing I am interested about.
Oh, if it was Donnie Wahlberg.
Yes.
I know Martin said it was some British actor, but that was the dad for Springsteen, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let's see.
Is that it? Douglas
Stephen Graham.
Stephen
Graham. That's him.
That is.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, he does look like a Wahlberg. I see where you get confused. He does. He does look like a Wahlberg.
Okay.
But anyway, the rest of the cast, I really don't know these people. Really don't. But then again, I'm getting old. I don't know the younger actors, so Stevie Van Zandt. That's part of the E Street Band right there. That may be the guy from The Sopranos right there. I'm pretty sure his last name is Van Zandt, isn't it? Yeah. So that's going to be interesting. I wonder, of course, at the end of these things, they always show actual pictures and footage of the real guys. And that's going to be interesting to see those pictures and stuff. That should be cool. But yeah, man, the boss.
Dude, wait. You had Mark Maron in there? Oh.
Who?
Mark Maron. He's a good actor, but he's a piece of shit person. Yeah.
Okay, so this guy right here.
Yeah. He's playing the producer guy, right?
Yeah, he's probably his agent. I would imagine. Yeah.
Like that's the probably thing. There are some people that are really good actors, and you find out about them like, oh, you're a piece of shit. Like, wow.
Well, you got to separate it. Or You'll drive yourself crazy, my friend.
That's the reason why.
Jiu-Jitsu, awesome one says, "What's up, man? Good to see you." Kay believes that Bruce is great. Yeah. So, yeah. Hey, look, it's not that I hate Bruce Springsteen. I don't hate him. I'm just not.
Same here.
There's guys. Oh, okay. The example that me and Brian go round and round with, he does. That 70s rock fans who I'm talking about, guys. He is a huge Rush fan. And huge Rush fan. Huge. You got to do the accordion thing when you say that. Huge. He's a huge Rush fan, and I get the talent. I understand they're top notch. They're on a different level. You've got rock and roll, and then you've got bands like Led Zeppelin and Rush that transform music. I get that, but when something's been played to death, I really don't care if I ever hear it again. Really, and let me tell you, Rush is one of the most played to death. If I never hear Tom Sawyer again in my lifetime, I'll be a happy man. I really will. I
love Tom Sawyer.
Yeah, I'm sure you do. It's a great song. But you know what? If I hear it again, I might beat my own brains in with a baseball bat.
I tell you, when I hear that song in like a military film, that's when it's like, okay.
Things about to pop off. Yeah.
All right, let's do it. Let's do it.
It's definitely an amp up song.
Oh,
but that's where, and I always say I like, as far as a Canadian band, 3-man band, I always like Triumph better. But then again, that's me. I'm into hair metal. That's what I'm into.
How dare you, awesome one? How dare you?
Yeah, how dare I?
Belittle Rush awesome one. Awesome one saying queuing Wonderwall right now.
Yeah.
No, that song's a classic.
Yeah.
That is a classic song. You will listen
to
that.
Huge.
That's with a Y, by the way.
That's right.
Huge.
Huge. It's got to be spelled with a Y. Huge. But anyway, I'm not saying that I hate the guy's music. That's not it at all. I think there are guys that are better than him. But he did exactly what he wanted to do. He's got a definite sound. It's Bruce Springsteen when you hear it.
And for me to watch this film, it would be because of Jeremy Allen White.
Yeah, he's a talented dude. He's really good. Now, I've seen him in The Bear. What is it you said you saw him in? The
Shameless. That's where he got his fame, was Shameless.
Okay.
At least to me, that's where he came as. And then, of course, he was in that Iron Claw. He was really good in that.
Right,
one too,
Iron Claw. He was. Yeah,
brothers.
he played Kerry Von Erich, and he did it rather well. Yeah,
The Bear is one that I plan on watching someday, but my Hulu watch right now is The Rookie, which I've taken a break from, but the Nathan Fillion, The Rookie. I think I got like 2 seasons left. I've taken a break because I don't want it to end.
They're still
really enjoying that
episodes, I believe. Isn't that show still on the air?
It just got confirmed for 8th season. Yeah. It's freaking crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's been around for a long time. Yep. E. Clay Thomas says it's Wonderbra.
Hey, Wonderbra, let me go see what's up there.
All right, let's move on real quick. We got this one I actually pulled up for my wife, man, but I thought there might be some fans of this series. NCIS Tony and Ziva gets a premiere date and key art as star Michael Weatherly and Cody DePablo tease self-driving car murders or self-driving murder cars. This is I don't know if you guys are fans of NCIS, but my wife is a huge one. She loves the chick, the goth chick that works in the computer room and figures everything out, the tech nerd of the bunch. I can't remember her name, but you know who I'm talking about. She looks like a black-haired Harley Quinn with all the shit she wears.
All the guys like.
Yeah, but that's the one my wife likes a lot. So, but anyway, I definitely watch this show a lot. When my mom's up and we're just talking, she puts that show on. So, we'll have something on in the background. And, it was on for a long time. I think it's still on. Mark Harmon's not on it anymore. And I don't think any of the original teams on it or not.
Is this like their 60th spin-off series?
Well, yeah. I mean, they had NCIS New Orleans. I can't remember which show.
They spin everything off.
It's like the Law and Order franchise. They put a bunch of them together. But these were beloved characters from they weren't original characters. Now, I think Ziva came in later, but Tony was always on the team at the beginning. So this should be interesting to see. It comes out September 4th, and I think it's a 3-episode miniseries, something like that. So you guys, any fans of NCIS here at all? Yes? No?
Not really.
Okay.
Not a series I ever got. CBS, man. I don't watch anything on CBS a whole lot.
Really? Is it now? Okay, let's talk about that for a second. Why is it you don't watch CBS?
Okay, maybe I should read. I don't watch NCIS. Maybe because I've always been a loyal to Law and Order.
Right.
So any other, for the most part, any other mainstream cop
procedural,
whatever,
you just
procedurals,
steer clear. That
there's definitely
fills
shows on
your
CBS
need.
I watch, like especially now. There's like it's Paramount now, right? It's more Paramount.
Yeah, it's Paramount.
So there's definitely shows on there that I watch. Some of the lawyer shows, like the Good Wife and the Good Fight, and stuff like that. But yeah, NCIS, it's just never one that caught my eye. I was more of like, I like shows more like Castle.
Love Castle. That is a great show.
Anything with Nathan Fillion in it, pretty much. If it has Nathan Fillion, and I'm sold, right?
So wait, you're gonna like Superman movie then? Him as Guy Gardner. So
absolutely, absolutely.
He should have been Hal Jordan, but they like to fuck shit up.
Well, they waited too long for that. They really did. He voiced him. He voiced him, didn't he, Jed?
That's the thing. He voiced Hal Jordan. They should have made him Hal Jordan.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
Listen, all I'm saying is that Ryan Reynolds should come back as Green Lantern. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, right?
Sorry, good.
No, Deadpool has already made sure that's not going to happen. Right?
Bring that evil back into the universe, okay?
You know what's funny? You know what's funny about Green Lantern? I actually didn't mind the movie itself. It was the ending that got me, right? It felt like it was a really good movie I won't say really good movie, but it was an okay movie up until the ending, because it was like a buildup of 2 hours to this like bad, entity, right?
And then
he went out in like 5 minutes.
In 5 seconds, he was dead. Yeah,
it was such a waste of.
I'm sure Jed would tell you that they shouldn't have even had that guy in the first movie at all. They should have built up with
Sinestro. And then we had Sinister change over, and then nothing happened.
Yeah.
So
like they blew their wad in the first movie, and I'm like, I'm just.
So you could definitely tell that they ran out of money. They just
right. Real quick, Juliet said Ziva came in season 4. Yeah, I knew she wasn't on in there at the beginning of it. And Clay Thomas says, I'm waiting for NCIS Walking Dead.
Where's the crossover? They need more crossover.
Awesome. I would actually watch that. I would watch that.
Where's the NCIS Special Victims Unit?
Right, Special Victim, or as I like to call the Law and Order one, the Freak Show. That's the one I don't watch.
SVU is one I grew up on, and I watched that show.
I just didn't
all the time.
I'd rather watch Criminal Intent with Crane Technique, bro.
Yep. Criminal Intent were my 3 mainstays growing up, and I watched so many of those episodes.
Yeah. Awesome One says, I've lost interest in murder shows now. Yeah. NCIS on Disney Plus is on Disney Plus. Is it? Really?
Why would that be on? That's the CBS.
That sounds strange. I know we watch it on Netflix. It may be on a few different streaming services.
That sounds weird, because I feel like that would be on Paramount, not on Disney.
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense to me.
You know what? We're gonna do it live.
Yeah, do it live. People drink Ziva.
You got to cover up for that, Knock. You can't do
sorry,
it live.
Ziva came in season 3.
Well, I'm gonna watch it on my phone.
Or excuse me, season 3, season 4 was Director Vance. Yeah, absolutely. Girl Boss to the Sun. There you go. Hulu is 100% owned by Disney now. Yes. Oh, there you go. That's probably on.
There you
Hulu.
go.
That's it.
Disney Plus, NCIS.
Look at that. Yeah.
Hulu.
We watch it on Netflix. That's what I'm saying. It may be on a couple of different.
Well, I mean, so Disney Plus shows all of Hulu stuff now.
They do.
And that Hulu is the only thing that keeps Disney Plus.
That's how I'm watching The Rookie.
Disney Plus is shit. Hulu is the only thing that saves Disney Plus.
Yep. So that's for sure. Okay. Let's see what we got next here. Yeah. I figure you guys might be a fan of this.
God.
Let's hope.
Wait.
Hope that we got comedies coming back now.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on. Put the brakes on this.
Okay.
There is more than one Meet the Parents.
Yes,
Like,
there's
Oh my God!
three.
Yes.
Three?
Oh my gosh! Yeah.
The
Come
third
on,
one was the
Ben
worst
I've
one.
never
Yes.
heard of that.
Absolutely.
There's a
Yes.
4?
It took
Meet the
them
Parents 4.
8 to 10 years to do the third one, and
I had
now
no
it's
idea.
been. Yeah.
I have
no idea.
hope for this because it's Ben Stiller, and Ben Stiller doesn't compromise on comedy.
Wait,
So
the third one was so bad, though, Joe.
what?
It
The
was
first?
bad.
The first
No,
Meet the Parents?
the third.
You said the
Oh,
third.
the third
movie.
one. I
The
haven't
third
seen. I haven't
It
seen
was
the third
really
one.
bad.
I've
Me
just
and
seen the
Kate-
first two.
Yeah.
Meet the Fockers is the.
You know
the
what?
second one.
Okay, no. You're. I'm so sorry. Yeah. I'm thinking of a whole different
Yeah.
genre, different movie. So yeah, I got you.
Hey, Reed
Yeah.
by nature, good to
That's
see you.
a long
I've
time ago.
seen Meet the Parents and Meet the Fockers.
I have
You
seen.
know.
Yeah, I've seen the Meet the Parents stuff. I was
Yeah.
thinking of a totally different.
Yeah,
different
that third one was
series.
just. Oh.
Let's see. How many times is he marrying his wife, and did he forget who they are?
No, okay, so they have Meet the Fockers where he meets Pam's parents.
Right.
Then they meet his parents.
His parents,
And then the third one, it's all the kids.
Yeah.
It's about the kids. And
It's probably
bad.
something about the kids.
Yeah,
Probably with
the
this one
third,
too.
the third one was about the kids.
Little Fockers and
and
this
I-
new one. Yeah.
I don't know what the fourth one is probably because they're teenagers or some shit.
I
now.
don't remember. I don't remember the third one. That's the
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, it was really bad. Don't watch the third one. It was.
Yeah.
I don't plan to.
But here's
Yeah.
the thing. Here's the thing. I love Ben Stiller, and Ben Stiller is one of the greatest comedic minds. Of course, he's Hollywood royalty. His parents were genius comedians, and his mother was a great singer. Stiller and Mira are his parents. If you know that comic duo, they were great. I think the last time we saw Mr. Stiller was when he was on Seinfeld, right? Wasn't he George's dad or something like that? I think it was George's dad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hilarious. The man is just laugh out loud funny. That's just all there is to it. Think I've only seen the first two. Yeah, Meet the Fockers is a funny movie.
Yeah.
I love that one.
The first.
Dustin Hoffman as his freaking hippie dad is just too damn funny to me. I think it's hilarious.
It just, if you're gonna watch him, just watch the first two and be done. Don't
Yep.
go to that third one. 'Cause you're
Okay,
gonna
we're
be
going to
like-
start to make the transition to the main topic of the show real quick. Apparently, they're going to do an animated feature adaptation of Death Stranding. And Aaron Guzikowski, I hate pronouncing those names, on board as the writer. So we've got the writer, which the writer really shouldn't matter, should it? I mean, if you're doing a video game movie, you should just do the video game, right? I
And
mean,
here's the thing. That
Yeah,
movie,
tell that to The Last of Us.
right, tell that to The Last of Us.
yeah, the game was literally a movie. There was a.
It is. It's a gorgeous game. I
Yeah,
just couldn't get into
and
it.
if
I
you
couldn't
watch
do
it just by not the gameplay, you watch all the movie parts. It's a huge movie.
Yeah.
This is one of those games that I'm gonna force myself to play it because I paid for it full price.
Wait, you paid $60 for it?
Someday I'm gonna get. This is when it first came out. I'm gonna play it one day just because I bought it. Like I have to. I have to get my money back. Get my money's worth because I
Joe,
bought
is
it.
there something
full
you want
price.
to tell us, dude?
No, I don't know what the
something you
hell
wanna
he's
tell us?
referring to. I have
You
no
don't want to
clue.
tell us about something? You said
Oh, I said transition. I said the word transition. That's what
You're,
I'm talking
is
about.
it, you know.
Yeah. Oh my God, that's too much. Yeah, Death Stranding turned me off of Kojima.
Yeah, it did. It did. It's weird.
Never been a fan of Metal Gear Solid, by the way.
Yeah.
Never.
I know nothing about the game. What's the basic story? Oh my God, it's pretty
You're carrying
interesting.
a baby around, and you're like a male guy.
Yeah, dude, I watched the whole story
That's all it
the other
is.
night.
You're trying to rebuild America, is what you're doing. You're actually working for the president.
We're rebuilding
you're
America, and you're
rebuilding-
screwing up America even first. I've gone
You're
through the whole game.
rebuilding the male distribution of America. That's what you're doing.
The
Like, you're
whole
literally making
fucking
like
game.
posts and like bridges and just all kinds of ways to travel shit around.
Oh, okay, and I'm gonna say
And you could trip and fall at any time if you're not watching.
Yes.
his mother's sister is who gave birth to him.
Yeah, right. Well, I got to tell you, one thing I did dig about it was it had the Bionic Woman as the president in it, and
she played.
She looks. They de-aged her for the game and stuff, and it just I love the pictures of her. I'm one of the big fans from back in the 70s and 80s. So
and Norman Reedus.
Yeah, Norman Reedus, of course.
Norman
That's for the
Reedus.
girls. Yeah,
But-
girls, you get to see his butt in this game. So
Oh, well, Tyne's
check it
annoying
out.
because every single time you go back to the place, or like he puts his, I'm like, for fuck's sakes, bro, put your ass away. Like, put it
Right.
away. Nobody
Please.
wants to see that shit, dude.
Let's see. Peace Walker was the last great Metal Gear. Okay, very cool.
Could not get
I never finished Metal Gear 5 because they said people could raid your base. Wow.
Okay. So
yeah, that would turn me off too.
Snake Eater is coming out on re-release, so everybody go get that. So
You know what's funny, Martin? Is the 8th movie was my favorite of the 3.
Yeah.
sequels.
It was mine too, but
Ryan Johnson.
you
just
cannot
basically-
forgive what he did to Luke's character, though, man. You really
Listen,
can't.
I honestly didn't mind that one so much. I love that he killed Snoke, the character.
Yeah, that was
nobody
awesome.
gave a shit.
I thought
The
that was
character
great.
That nobody gave a shit about. He was a bad guy that didn't matter.
Right.
And was of no consequence and was
Yep.
just made up. I
Yeah.
was fine with him going. And then the end of it, the movie where the kid does the little force move to the broom.
Mhm.
That
Yeah,
one gave
that
me
was
chills.
cool. I thought that was cool. But look,
The
Luke
whole
would never.
casino, the whole casino.
Luke,
thing-
the whole
Oh,
casino thing was bullshit,
oh,
and
it's awful.
Luke would never have tried to kill his own fucking nephew. Never.
Luke
He would
never
never.
threw his
That
lightsaber
character
over his
decision
shoulder.
That just boggled my mind. That just why?
It's
You
the
saw a
dumbest
vision
thing I've
and
ever
you
seen in a
panicked,
film.
you bitch.
Yep.
Like, yeah, that just
I admit the way Snoke was killed was cool. Yeah, it was.
yeah, but if you look at that fight, it was awful. Like if you actually watch the playback of that fight that they do in that throne room or whatever, it was so CGI messed up. Like lightsabers or knives were missing.
Mm-hmm.
Like they would just appear out of thin air.
Yeah.
Like it was awful.
Let's see. We got one more story here, and I'm going to let John speak on this one because he knows a little bit more about it than I do, and maybe
Joe
you
has to
might.
cut us
You
off
guys,
because we
you
can't
video
talk about
game
Star Wars.
geeks might know a little bit more about this. Microsoft confirms first party next generation Xbox consoles. Announces deal with AMD. Didn't you tell me this is a process?
I thought Xbox
console?
was doing the next console.
What? I'm just saying that this was announced
I
and promises full backwards compatibility with your existing Xbox library.
I mean, you got to these days.
Is this the one where we're gonna have Steam on it too, or are we gonna have Steam?
No, that's the handheld. That's the handheld that they're coming out with.
Yeah, and we're going to get to that after we talk about
They
the
even said
girlfriend
you
of the
can
show.
play it on your Series X or the next console coming out, all your Steam games. So
I
Well-
don't know about that.
Well, here's
yeah,
John. Tell me again what that stands for. AMD.
That's a processor.
Advanced micro devices, I believe.
Mm-hmm. And
But it's a chipset. It's a chip company that's been around for a long time. They've always been the big competitor to
Intel.
Intel.
It's either AMD or Intel. That's
Yeah.
like your main.
Alright.
When if you're building a computer, you're either building it towards AMD or building it towards Intel.
Okay.
Sorry, John. I didn't mean to.
Yeah, I didn't know what that meant. I was like, what? You know, but go check out that article, guys. They've got a video with the CEO talking about it and everything. It's only like 1:17 long, but yeah.
Hey, Joe, real quick. What's that? Is that Kabam? Is that the Contest of Champions ad right there?
Yeah, it is.
I haven't played that in so
it's
long.
now on
That's on
Steam.
Steam now?
Yep.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
it's on Steam.
We played
Yeah,
that for years.
Remember when this was
I haven't
on
touched that in
mobile
so
and stuff?
long.
Yeah.
That was
They-
such a fun game, but I spent way too much money on it.
They did a video on YouTube, their YouTube channel. You know, they've got their own YouTube channel, and they did a video for it. The guys playing it on Steam for the first time.
Man.
So,
You know, I stopped playing after I did that. I did a run Joe, I don't know if you remember the name of it, but it was one of the end game modes where the opponents have like just millions of hit points.
Yeah.
And I did a one run of that, and I spent a lot of money to finish that. And I just after that I quit.
You should have, because I've never spent a dime on that game. Well, I take it back. Maybe over the history of the game, I've spent maybe $60. But
no, I definitely spent several $100s on that.
Yeah,
and I quit after that. I was like, I did it. I climbed the mountain and I'm done. But I really did like their seasonal stuff. My favorite thing with that, I'm sorry to kind of go.
No,
on.
you're good. You're good. Go.
My favorite thing was the Civil War.
Yeah.
You remember that?
Cool.
When
Yes,
Civil War came out, the movie came out,
Yeah.
they actually in the game had you choose either Iron Man or Steve Rogers.
Yeah.
Right? You remember that? And it was
absolutely.
cool.
And you had Team Iron Man, Team Steve Rogers.
They did like little missions.
That's
was
about the
always one of
time they
coolest
started
things.
the Alliance Wars. Yeah.
That was one of the cool things about the game is whenever a movie came out, they would gear it towards that.
They still
movie.
do. I play it.
I'm sure they
about
do.
once
You're
a
right.
month. Yeah.
I want to answer now. I want to put. I was going to say this, but Martin said it. Yeah, Xbox is a stripped down version of Windows.
Yeah.
It's not fully Windows, but it is.
Yeah, that
So equally, it Windows has been on Xbox since the original Xbox, basically, because that was a stripped down version of the Windows platform that was on the. I've had every single Xbox.
I mean, a lot of these are either going to be Windows or Linux.
It's a stripped down basic. That's what the first Xbox was.
But I can
Stripped-down
tell you
basic
this,
version of
guys, we could definitely do an entire show about our favorite mobile games. We could definitely do that. We could do an entire show.
Or which ones we spent the most money on.
I knew you spent a lot of money on that. I kept telling
Clash
you,
of
dude,
Clans.
stop it. What are you, crazy? But anyway, let's see. But I want to put Steam on it.
It's coming. They've been talking about it, so I know it's coming.
So before we get into, I'm glad you're here this week, Jed, because we got to wrap up the video game talk from last week. We could finish it, and actually, were the part we didn't get to was the Xbox showcase. So we're going to be talking about that here in a second. But first, we've got to check in on the girlfriend of the show, boys and girls.
How do you want me to handle the Sydney issue?
The Sydney issue?
Well, we should have a consensus on how the White House is going to handle it.
Well, I certainly hope the Sydney issue refers in some way to a problem that we're having with Australia, because if it's anything other than that...
Mr. President, Ms. Sweeney, see you.
Have her come in, please. I am finished here.
Yes, sir.
There is no Sydney issue.
Time to check out the girlfriend of the show, Sydney. And usually I don't get things from these fashion things, but I just love this picture. Sydney Sweeney's plunging suede swimsuit is so coastal cowgirl. This is cool, man. I'm sorry. This is just cool. It says, "Wish you were here." It's like a postcard in Hey Dude Country. And wow, that is a cool looking friggin' thing. It really is, man. I could see getting that for Foxy back in the day, for sure. No doubt. That's a pretty cool
poster. Everybody wants that.
Yeah, everybody's going to want that poster right there, man. Pretty cool. Pretty
be
cool
like
stuff.
Farrah Fawcett back in the day.
Right?
You know,
Everybody gets it. Sydney Sweeney offers inside look at how completely different her body looked while filming upcoming Christy Martin biopic. Yeah, look at that. Look at the guns on that chick. Yikes. That doesn't even look like her, man.
She went to the gun show with that.
Yes, she did, dude. That's ridiculous. Sweeney underwent a major transformation to portray boxer Christy Martin. The actress gained 30 pounds and went up 4 jean sizes and felt crazy strong as a result. Let me see if it's got any other pictures. Yeah, look at that. My God, man. Yikes. Wow. That's crazy. That is absolutely crazy. Think that's about all they've got for pictures other than that one right there.
Yeah, there isn't that much much for her this week.
No, but man, I'm looking forward to this movie because I'm a big boxing fan. So I'm definitely looking forward to this. I hope they do a good job with it. And then we'll check in on her Instagram, and she's only got one set of photos this week, and it's her and her new dog. So we get to see her hanging out with the dog. And as you can see, they're having a good time. And that picture looks like it was taken during the photo shoot for that swimsuit that we were talking about. So that is it for the girlfriend this week. Didn't have much Sydney news this week, boys and girls. That is it for this week. Let me see what they're saying over here in the chat. There's a lot going. Oh yeah, Sids, Martin says, hey, I'm an old man who yells at clouds. I do not play mobile games. I need big screens. I hear you. Swing. Let's see. Minister of the Double Defense. Defense. I wish I was there too. Yeah, absolutely. Talking about that beach. Yeah. Let's see. If Abby from The Last of Us were in fact pretty. Yeah, no doubt. Dude, she pumped up their arms for that shit, didn't she? That's crazy. Okay, so what we want to go through here, and I think, weren't you on a stream when this was on?
Yeah, we did a stream.
The Xbox showcase.
Yeah, I was on. Let's see. Who was I?
No, you're good, man. You're good.
I'm trying to figure out. That was like 2-3 weeks ago.
Yeah. So. Well, no, it was less than 2 weeks ago, bro. Anyway, this was the showcase. What they were talking about. That they. I'll go ahead and blow that up so we can talk about it. And during the showcase, what they do is they show you some trailers for this stuff. And what stood out to you, Jed, when you were watching it?
Okay, so it was the Dawn Walker game that's made by the devs that split off from CD Projekt Red.
Okay.
Right there, the Dawn Walker game.
I'm looking for it. It's
right there, right next to High Life 2.
Okay.
In Keeper.
I'm just gonna have to read through them. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and here's the thing, and I will say this, and I said this over there.
Second row to the right.
Yeah, second right above Tony Hawk and stuff.
Oh, Dawn Walker. Okay.
Yeah, they started off really good, and it just went downhill from there.
Really?
It got really, and it's just it's Borderlands. I was like, oh, dude.
Mm-hmm.
We were like, and then the longer the showcase went on, the worse the showcase got.
Really?
It was like,
wow.
They blew their load at the beginning instead of like, hey guys, we're gonna put you some like some games, and then they didn't have that much at the end.
Now now when this was over, they actually showed some gameplay of Outer Worlds 2, didn't they?
But it looks DEI Central. So
really, wow.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Okay. Wow. We know Black Ops is going to be a huge thing.
Oh,
that always does well.
Makami's stream. Makami, he offered to come over. He goes, dude, I want you to come over. I was like, okay. I'll come over to do yours, and I'll just do the other showcase that I did. That was me and somebody else. So
okay,
yeah.
That's cool. I just want to go through the games here.
I was like, it was cool when they started out, but then I was like, okay, they're just doing a bunch of remakes and
Okay. Well, let's go through them real quick, and you guys tell me if you play these games or not. Like I said, Black Ops is going to do well. It always does.
I want to say something on this.
Mm-hmm.
The cinematic for that, everybody was pumped on the stream. Everybody was like, oh, dude, this looks like a cool new game.
Yeah.
Okay. And then it put Call of Duty Black Ops 7, and we were just like, oh, what the fuck? Like, you need to see the... Yeah, we were just like, what the fuck is this shit?
You were just let down, were you?
We were like, this looks like a cool new game, and then it's like Black Ops 7, and we're like, oh, get this shit out of here.
Oh, man. Low Spec is crying about it, obviously. Ninja Gaiden, I've heard of this franchise.
Yes.
Has any of you played this? Or
yeah, I used to play the original ones on Nintendo and stuff, and on PlayStation.
John, Knock, either one of you? No. You're muted again, brother. You're muted again, John. Yeah.
Yeah.
What did you say?
Did you like Ninja Gaiden, John?
Yeah.
Or have you played it?
He said something. I didn't hear it, but anyway, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. That man, you talk about an old game.
It's a rehash of the old one. So they're gonna have the Ninja
Grounded.
Turtles.
I've never heard of. Gears of War.
Yeah.
That's been around for a long time.
Yeah, well, it's a redone. I think a redone version of it, if I remember right. So,
Reloaded. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let me ask you this, guys: has anybody played Indiana Jones?
I have.
Great.
I got like 20 hours into it, and then got frustrated because the fast travel system frustrated the fuck out of me, because they would lead you into a section so far in, and then they're like, "Oh, you got to go back." You doubling back a lot in this game.
Oh wow.
It was like I was having flashbacks of Metroid when you had to double back all the time in Metroid when I was younger, and I was just like, yeah, if they would have fixed the fast travel system where you could go like, and then you had to go like from, if you got stuck in one area, you had to go back through the whole level to get back to where you're at, because the fast travel system would only take you to a certain point. It really take you back to where you needed to go.
I got you.
It was bad. It was you know.
I got
besides
you. Low spec. I apologize, bro. I've been trying. I'm glad you're calling me on this shit, dude. I really need to pull up the damn Rumble chat, and he's probably been yelling at me over there. Let's see. Let me pull that up real quick and keep it. Yeah, he's been blowing it up. All right. Hang on a second.
Thank you for blowing it up there, brother.
Yeah, he is doing it. Let me go ahead and pull that back over here.
But besides that, the game was pretty good.
Yeah. I was hearing good things about it. John, have you played it, or?
Go ahead, John.
Played what?
The Indiana Jones game.
Yeah, it opens up just like the movie.
It does.
I don't know what. Like I said, I don't know what Jed has an issue with. I thought it was fine.
I think it's the fast travel system.
The fast travel system he's talking about.
Stuck in systems and parts. We had to double back.
Okay, so that's one I'm thinking about playing, because I'm a big Indiana Jones fan. Let's see.
I think you'll like it, but we'll get a lot of good fails out of that for you.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah. Low spec. I'm sorry about that, man. I need to start paying attention to that Rumble chat a lot more.
I'll remind you, Joe.
Yeah, somebody needs to, because I'm an old bastard. I've turned 60 next month. So, let's see. Clockwork Revolution. I have no idea what that is.
It looked like they were trying to be Fable and
looks like it looks like it might have a steampunk aesthetic.
It's a mixture of two games, basically.
Yeah.
High on Life is just they're doing a second one from the first one because it was so popular.
Okay.
But like I said, Dawn Walker was the one that I was like, okay. And yeah, and here's the thing. When I was right before Tony passed away, I was texting Tony. He was telling me, dude, I'm doing this game right now. I can't tell you what it is. He's like, oh, you're going to tell me when it does? He's like, yeah, I'll tell you when it does. Like, it was one of Tony, like, the movie and the game were his last two appearances.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, dude, even though I'm not feeling dude, I'll come over and do the show. Yeah. Well, he passed away before we could do any of that stuff. So.
Keeper, I don't know what that is.
Yeah, it was just, they were just like, it looks like they were just minimum.
I'm seeing a lot of names redone.
Yeah.
There's a Final Fantasy here.
Yeah.
There's a couple of them.
Yeah.
And then you've got Fallout 76. I thought you guys told me this was the most horrible Fallout there was.
It's terrible.
Wow.
Ignore Jed. They've spent a lot of time and a lot of money fixing it. It's actually a very playable.
Out of the game in the last update. Did you not notice?
It got the so it basically got the No Man's Sky treatment, where the launch was pretty rough, and then I played it at launch. I put a lot of hours into it, because I'm a big Fallout guy. I haven't played it recently. It's an okay game. It's an MMO, so I can only put so much time into it. It's fine.
Yeah.
This last update, they were banning. There was this huge thing. The last update broke the game so much that people were able to like just do whatever they wanted in the game, and so they started going on a ban tirade, and they were banning people that didn't even do anything. This last update was the worst update I've ever seen since it started.
Yeah. Well.
And I was just like, I'm stepping away from this again. I was like, I wanted to play with it with you guys from,
No, it eventually turns into a daily grind, and
yeah. Well, that's MMOs, and you've only got enough time for one MMO, really.
And really, the only reason you stick with an MMO is because you have a good group, right?
Yeah. It's
For me,
all about the people
what I
you're
learned in
playing
DC
with.
Universe Online was that it was just about like the only reason I played it for 5 years is because we had a really cool crew.
We did.
We were just like the people we were playing with. We're just crying, laughing.
Yes.
So we had such a great time on the show that some of us have been friends outside.
We're
of the
friends.
game.
Yeah, I've met Knock in
Right.
real life. I've met Jimmy Bailey in real life. And anytime that core group from DCUO, I'm anywhere near them, I call them up and see if I can. So
Yep,
yeah.
and I saw Jimmy at the last Awesome Con I went to back in
Did you?
March, and it was awesome. We got some pictures together, and
That's cool.
we did some D&D together. It was really we did a couple of games together, so that was really cool.
John, what are you showing up there, bro? What is that?
Oh, what? Huh? What am I showing?
Yeah, what are you showing?
I don't see
know.
anything.
Yeah, you don't see anything. Let me blow it up for you. Maybe is that a Fallout game? Is that what that is?
No, this looks more like a Final Fantasy.
It's Final Fantasy. You mentioned Final Fantasy, so I started with Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, there's two of them listed here. There's what is that? Is that 16?
Well, complete edition 16. That's probably DLC included because 16's been out for a while. And then you got Final Fantasy 7. I don't know why Intergrad is in there. That's been out for a while.
16 was really good. I love 16.
Yeah, but
I never
it's not on
played
the
16.
Xbox. That's the thing. They're putting it on the Xbox.
Yeah, it's coming to Xbox.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just because it's.
Oh, is that what the big deal is? Because was that a
it's coming to
PlayStation
Xbox.
exclusive or something?
Yeah, and then
Yeah,
it was
it was.
PC,
Yeah.
Okay.
and now it's going to be on the Xbox. Yeah, that's what I'm playing right now, actually.
Okay.
I played it on.
Very cool.
I never got into 15. My Final Fantasy days have just been. I've been enjoying the older stuff more. I just haven't been able to get into the newer. The last Final Fantasy I really got into was 12 for PS2. And I don't know, man. Like Final Fantasy, so they had Final Fantasy 11, which is an MMO. I was not into MMOs at the time, so I had no interest in playing that one. You have Final Fantasy 14, which is also an MMO. And then you had 13, which I could never get into the story. That was PS3. Just could never get into the story with that one. And then 15, that came out a couple years back, and it was more modern, a lot more modern fighting. I just couldn't get into that
15,
one.
the boy band
I
simulator.
never touched 16.
Yeah. What did you say, John?
15 was the boy band simulator.
Yeah,
It was.
I didn't like that
It
one.
very much was. But the
I-
fighting was pretty cool, and I just couldn't get into it at the time. So
The
another
one-
game that I paid full price for that I plan to.
The one that just came out about a year or so ago, a couple of years. I love that one. That was the return to form for me. I
Now
liked it.
there's one that came out that a lot of people were turning to that one instead of World of Warcraft for a period, right?
That was 14.
Yeah,
Okay.
14. Yeah.
Okay. All right, real quick, I've got to recognize the Love Doctor. He's in the house. He says, "Are these computer games? I never played with an Xbox. I played with her box. The Love Doctor strikes again."
Make sure you wash your hands, brother. Okay. So-
Right, watch it.
Now the Final Fantasy 7 bit now Final Fantasy 7 has basically been turned into a 3-parter, right?
Yeah.
And 2
Right.
parts have come out so far.
And
I
it's
don't
not
plan to play any of it. I still haven't played the remake, the first one.
Right.
I haven't played the third one. I haven't played the DLC one.
Mhm.
And I don't plan on playing it until the third one comes out and we get the full remastered PS6 remastered complete
They're gonna
edition.
do it. Yeah, they're gonna do it.
Because I only want to play Final Fantasy 7, the complete game. I don't want to play this part crap.
it's not
that they
even the
came up
complete
with.
game. It's the whole history and timeline is messed up. It's not even Final Fantasy VII.
I don't care. I understand
But
that they changed
here's
some
the thing
things.
you got to know, Jed, and Knock is about to explain this, but I'm going to give you the Reader's Digest version. He
Mhm.
doesn't like mid-season finales. He doesn't like gaps in the story.
Yes,
he wants
I
the whole
know, but
thing at
it's not
once.
Final Fantasy VII. Everything
I don't
has
care.
changed.
I don't. Until the third part comes out. That is when I'll play,
That's
and by
when it
then
play it.
they will have the PS6 version of the first two games. So that's when I will play it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Read by Nature was commenting that 7, 8, and 9 are the best. 14 was
Oh,
but I
so
haven't
good.
played
PS1.
all the DLCs. Other than I've been a bit meh on the series. If I remember correctly, isn't Final Fantasy VII the most beloved one ever?
Yes.
It's
the one with
that's why.
Storm
Well, I
and
mean, you're
everything, yeah.
looking at the remake on the screen right now.
Oh,
Yeah.
And that's why. Now, personally, I would say 9 is another one that's really beloved.
Mhm.
But yeah, 7 is probably the most popular.
7, 8, and 9 are
in the Western world, because that's basically when the PS1 was here, right? The people
Yeah.
were growing up with PS1, and we got that 3D graphics with that one. That's
My
what we were.
son David played the shit out of it.
Yeah,
dude.
because we
Loved it.
had the other Final Fantasies, right? But they were out of order. They weren't the right ones. They had that whole thing where it was like Final Fantasy 3 was really Final Fantasy 5 in Japan or some bullshit like that. I never understood that stuff.
Mhm.
But when Final Fantasy 7 was like just a straight up 3D awesomeness. Had awesome cutscenes. It was on PS1, so it was more widely accepted on the Western side.
in Final Fantasy
Real quick,
13.
hang on, Jed. I don't mean to cut you off, but I do want to acknowledge this before he gets out of here. You guys can go ahead and read that, but we've been pulling for your nephew there, buddy. Looks like you got good news there on him, Ruben, for sure. Okay, Jed, go ahead and say what you're going to say.
Final Fantasy 13 was like 2 to 3 games, and I was just like, ugh.
Mhm.
And 13 was bad. I didn't like 13.
Well, 13 got 2 extra parts to it. Like it was 13.1, 13.2, 13.3.
Yeah,
I don't know. I just
I
couldn't
do
get into
like
it.
10 and 10-2. 10-2 is more of the wild, but 10
I
was like,
loved 10.2 because
yeah,
it had
I
the
love
job system in it, and I need more job systems in all the Final Fantasies.
Job systems, huh? Sounds like Fable.
It's basically yes, it's where you just have different roles that you can dress your character as the wizard, the fighter,
10-2
the
is a
monk,
fashion simulator.
all that stuff.
10-2 is a fashion simulator.
Job, that system is so popular that Final Fantasy Tactics is getting a remaster on the Switch too.
Wow.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Wow.
Another
Okay,
beloved Final Fantasy game.
before we get out of here tonight, we got to hit this one too. We got to. You guys tell me what you think of.
I'm so tempted.
The ROG.
Nope.
So tempted.
Xbox.
A Republic of Gamers.
Xbox X handhelds.
Nope.
No, you say no. Jim.
Nope. And I'm a huge Xbox person, and I'm saying no to it.
I'm very tempted.
Well, they're saying this is you're gonna be able to carry your games anywhere. In other words, anything you can play right there on your system.
And Steam.
Yeah,
And
and
Epic
Steam.
Games.
So that's the big selling point.
If I want to go out, I don't want to sit there playing games while I'm outside.
Yeah, but you might be traveling, bro.
The Ally 600, the Ally X is 1,000.
Yeah, so fuck that shit.
Yeah.
Well, it'll come down. I mean,
they always overprice these things when they first.
you never want to buy the first one, anyways. It's always-
No.
And
wait
here's
till
my
it's
thing.
been
I'll
out.
make a
You
prediction.
wait
This
till
thing
it's
ain't gonna be around for long.
fermented for a few years.
Well, I don't know about that, Jed, because people are buying the Switch, and it's a handheld system. I mean, you can plug it up to a TV, but it's,
I
at its
think
heart,
at
it's a handheld system.
Jed,
I think at some
Yeah,
point
the
they're gonna
Switch.
get rid
The
of it.
Switch itself has a docking station.
Yeah, I know.
So that it go. I'm not talking to you, Jed. I'm informing Joe that it has a docking station. So, but it can be taken off the docking station and used with the controls.
Right.
And travel.
Yeah.
So
I know. I've seen one.
it's the same as the first one, right?
Yeah. Mhm.
The main
Yeah.
one is right. There is a Switch Lite, which I have a Switch Lite, where it doesn't have removable, side controls. Right. It's just the all-in-one console. where all I can do is just put the sticks in it or the game disc in it, and that's it.
Right. John, what were you going to say, buddy?
I was going to say, Jed, just because you don't like it doesn't make it crap or junk or whatever.
I didn't say it's crap. I just said in a few years it probably won't be around because Microsoft likes to get rid of handhelds.
Now, hang on, real quick pause. Joe, is it not just me, or does John not seem higher pitched right now?
He is higher pitched. There's something going on with his sound.
I wasn't what it is. This started Friday night. It was the debate Friday night that he was higher pitched. I don't know what's going on. But it didn't sound like that earlier in the show. So I don't.
No, something happened in there. Yeah, it's probably whenever it went on mute on him because his mic wasn't red and whenever he was muted earlier, so he probably had, and he left for a minute. He probably did something with the computer, try and reboot it. Martin says, I do not play games on the go. I mean, if I'm traveling, I'm sure as heck not wasting my time playing games. Hey, what
are you doing, Martin? Okay, hold on. So what are you doing, Martin? Are you watching movies?
Yeah.
What are we doing?
You listening?
Martin, are you telling me that you just stare straight ahead and just raw dog that shit for the entire time that you're just like traveling? Like you do nothing. You don't listen to radio. You don't do nothing, right? Nothing gets takes your mind away from the fact that you're traveling. I don't know, man.
When I travel, I either take books or I watch movies. That's it.
I take my game system with me.
I take my books or
I'll take my game system.
A couple books, or
I know one. I did a train ride up to New York a few years back, and I watched Hell on Wheels the whole time up there.
Wow, yeah,
what a great show, by the way.
One final thing I want to say about this handheld Xbox thing. I don't think the sales are going to be what they want.
They're not.
But I think it's not going to go away real fast because I'm telling you right now, and I'm sure Knock can speak to this. I had a handheld PSP, and I bought all kinds of stuff. Matter of fact, I have to ship that shit to you too, don't I? You still got a working one, right?
And what happened to the PSP?
Yeah,
PSP, and I have 2 PS Vitas.
Yeah, I never got the Vita. I never got the Vita because it didn't physical media. That's why I didn't take it. That's why I didn't get it. But
is this any better?
No, that's pretty bad right there.
Now you're doing it on purpose.
Say Christmas trees, time is here.
Right. But yeah, I think it'll do okay. Now, I don't have any articles on it, but I want to know your thoughts on the Switch before we get out of here today.
It's a downgrade on the screen. They're going to do an OLG for the next upgrade.
Mm-hmm.
The screen's a downgrade, but the hardware and stuff inside it were an upgrade. So, yeah.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but I'm other than I think I stopped using Nintendo stuff.
Yeah.
With the Super Nintendo, I think that's the last system Nintendo made that I played.
Yeah.
I really wait. I lie. Nintendo 64 is the last one I got.
You mentioned that, awesome. Joe, and the reason I got the Switch, and it's why I was playing on my parents' Wii, I had gotten, was because they have the access to the older games. Like on my parents' Wii, I actually got downloaded Mario RPG, Super Mario RPG, which is one of my favorite RPGs of all time, and Donkey Kong Country. And on the Switch, you can buy the subscription and you have access to Super Nintendo games and 64 games and stuff like that. Yeah. So it's the reason why I bought the Xbox Series S, was so I could play, older games like Knights of the Old Republic and Fallout and stuff like that on the console and just download it to that stuff. And for me, that's my main pull for things like the Switch, where you can play those older games on.
Yeah. I mean, look, we know Mario Kart is their biggest selling.
And will never go down in price.
Never go down in price. They very rarely put it on sale, ever. And, that's the big deal for them. The rest of the games, I mean, I know they've made Zelda. I've never been a big fan of that one. So, and I know I'm a fucking heathen for not liking Zelda, but I just never played it. I never got into it because I didn't get these new systems. I didn't do that. So, I did get a 64, and you know why I bought the 64? I usually end up buying something because of an exclusive they have. And I was a big fan of the Killer Instinct fighting games.
Yeah.
And they had Killer Instinct Gold on the it was the second version of Killer Instinct on the Nintendo 64. And that's why I got it.
I actually bought another N64 recently, a couple years back.
Really?
And got Mario Kart 64 and Quest 64.
Dude, 64 was such a good system.
And they had that was during the time that I was into wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
So SmackDown was always a game that I played. A WWF Raw was another game that I played a lot on the 64. So much fun. Oh man, Goldfinger.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Goldfinger was on the 64. I do remember that. Yeah.
So much fun to play Goldfinger on him.
Yep.
On there.
Let's see. Read by Nature says I jumped from Super Nintendo
Same
to
here.
PlayStation.
Never did GameCube.
Yeah, I never played the GameCube either.
I got out of Nintendo.
I thought about doing it for the ESPN 2K game that had Randy Moss on it, though. I thought about getting it for that because I was a big Randy Moss fan when he was playing.
I definitely became a Sony fan for sure.
Yeah.
Is that better?
We have to make Joe play Link to the Past. What is Link to the Past?
That's another Zelda game.
He won't make it. No, Reed, he will not do it. He will not do it.
No. Joe can't do it. Joe
He will
cannot
not
do it.
play that. He will not play that.
Well, I might, but I'd probably have to fucking buy a system to do it.
We have plenty of other games for him to play.
Yeah, we have plenty of games for
I
you.
got a list of them they want me to play.
Like you need to go back through KOTOR, so.
Yeah, we do have to finish that.
You
Maybe
need to
not
go
the
through-
first
you need to
one.
finish it.
Maybe not the first one. He got really far into the first one, but the second one he's definitely got to play.
Okay, there you go. I'd be down for that.
He can watch the rest of the first one.
Yeah,
He's got really far into it.
pretty much the big reveal was already revealed to me, right?
Yeah.
Well, you missed
Is this better?
one other cool thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
John, that sounds a
Oh,
lot better.
great. You're not cracking, and
You're not hitting puberty right now, so that's good.
Yep, you're good to go.
I went
All right,
back to the
guys,
mi-
that
blue-
is
the
it for this week.
snowball
We could talk
microphone.
video games all day long because we do love them. That's for sure. Anybody want to push anything before we get out of here? Tell me that.
Go ahead. If I'll say something if you guys want to go first. Whoever.
Okay, you want me to pull up the Archivist or you want Jed Revenwolf? What do you want?
Jed Revenwolf right now.
Jed
You can
Revenwolf.
pull up both. I don't.
Well, make up your mind. You want me to do both or what?
Okay.
Come on, bro.
Okay.
I'm pulling it up now.
Okay.
Cool.
I
This
have
is
a
the Jed
couple- I have a-
Revenwolf channel, boys and girls.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm on Jed Revenwolf. My thing right there, and I also have some other stuff too.
Mm-hmm.
Let me get it right here.
Sure.
Real fast.
Sure. There's the link, boys and
Link.
girls.
That's my main channel right now.
Mhm.
I'm going back and forth.
Juliet, take care. It was
Yeah,
good to see you. Thanks a lot, Kay. I appreciate you.
Thank you for
know I-
coming over, Julia. I appreciate it. I need to get.
Oh, come on. LTTP only takes a few hours to complete. If Joe has a free couple of months. Listen to that. Oh, my man's telling me to go look at Rumble. What did I do? Let's see. He says I had a Commodore 64. Oh my God. Yeah. And wow. I mean, guys, my man is crazy. Check him out. I wish I could blow it up, but I can't. But yeah, thanks a lot for pointing that out to me there, Low Spec. I appreciate it, bro. I got to start monitoring that just in case people are watching over there. Okay, where are you at, Jed?
Okay, so I want to put this up, and then I had to pick another one. I'll just tell that. This is one of the main channels where I'm at a lot now.
Okay, where is it?
Right
I
here.
can't share it. Okay, thank you. I was about to say, dude.
Right here.
No doubt.
This is one of the main channels I'm on now. I told Joe about this.
Mhm.
I'm over there with like Snow maybe three times a week now. I've been a part in the Cotton Connection for a while, but I'm like an official part of the Cotton Connection now. I have a character over there named Wolfie Puppet. So on Friday and Saturday, you see me over there with Snow Dove, and then maybe one day if he brings me on, So we
Okay.
we do the Con Connection, and we do the Friday show, the Friday Funk show, and then we do the Cotton Council on Saturday on his channel.
Tuck and roll, baby. Tuck and roll.
Yeah. And then I'm also working with culture and stuff too, so I've been busy. So
He's been very busy, but there's his other channel, Pop Culture Archivist. We just had the 1 year anniversary of Clobby's passing, so if you want to see him, go check out some of the older videos on here. He's on there.
I do want to put this out there. I was just on Mark's channel. We celebrated the anniversary. I was over there with Mark the other night, and it was Tom, me,
Mark D with a C. If
Mark D
you guys
know
who we're talking
talked about all the good times we had with Columbia and stuff. So if you want to go over to Mark's channel, please go over there. So I've been everywhere lately, and then I've been hanging out with Loki again on Friday nights too. We have the first part.
He's spreading himself around. You hear that, Kay? He is spreading himself around.
Everybody's like, dude, you're doing the old days back when you first started again.
There you go. Let's see. Martin Acosta Santana says, my friend's Commodore 64 was the second computer I ever used. Wow. That's awesome, dude. Okay. Well, listen, thanks for that, Jed. You guys check out Jed everywhere he's at.
Yeah, I'm all over the place now.
He's all over the place now. Let me let you go know what's going on with my channel before we get out of here.
Yeah, Joe doesn't have me exclusive anymore, so
Okay, cool. This is State of the Atmosphere. You know we do this every Wednesday at 5:30. Next week it's going to be all the July movies, and boy, we got a lot to talk about there. If I see another Superman trailer, I may just not go because they'll have released every frame of the film by then. We're going to talk about all the July movies. So come check it out this Wednesday at 5:30 p.m. Central Time. The next time you'll see me is going to be Friday at 1 p.m. Central Time. We're sketching the Privateer, the story of America's Pirate Patriot, where I draw my comic book for an hour before work. You guys come check that out for sure. And then after that, you'll see John Das Wolfen at 8 p.m. Central Time over there on, oh my God, I'm having a
Pop Culture Minefield.
Yeah, Pop Culture Minefield. Thank God. My brain was locking up all of a sudden on that. Pop Culture Minefield at 8 p.m. Central Time. It's time for Gaming Night with John. Knock and Martin, give him as much shit as possible while he's there. Playing, I think you're in New Vegas now, right? Haven't you moved on to that?
Not New Vegas.
No, still not yet. Someone's having a little trouble with the ending of Fallout 3.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, yeah.
Well, at least it's not full of echoes now. So, they've
that is true.
Fix their stuff so you can actually hear the game now. So that's good. Anyway, go check him out and support him. 8 p.m. Central Time.
I'm the best. The best of Fallout. Hands down.
It's so
there you go.
huge.
Go check out John. 8 p.m. Central Time on Pop Culture Minefield's channel. Then Highlander and I get together and hack the Matrix every Sunday at 6 p.m. Central Time. We didn't do it last Sunday because I went to see Mission Impossible again because I dig that movie for Father's Day. So we'll be back to showing you everything that is the Clown Show of 2025 through today's headlines. Brothers Hack the Matrix is 6 p.m. Central Time every Sunday evening. Monday morning, we'll be back to drawing our comic books, Gary and I, on Pop Culture Minefield during a Military Monday style drink and draw. We'll be watching a military movie and doing that. If you missed the Mosul show, go check that out. We had a good time doing that one. That's at 10 a.m. Central Time on Pop Culture Minefield's channel. And then It's Only Talk and Roll comes your way at 4 p.m. Central Time on That 70s Rock Fans channel on Mondays. And this Monday, we're going to be doing a tribute to Brian Williams, the passing of a giant in the music industry. The heart and soul of the Beach Boys is gone, and we're going to do a tribute to him. So you guys come check it out this Monday at 4 p.m. Central Time. And if you missed the Poseidon Adventure, which John did, I hate the fact that he wasn't there because I know he loves friggin' disaster movies. We had a great show. Go check out the replay of that one from this week.
Poseidon Adventure is an awesome movie.
Yeah, it is. It's fantastic. It's probably my favorite Gene Hackman movie ever.
My favorite Gene Hackman is either I think it would be Superman.
Probably Superman, huh? Yeah, for sure. Okay. Anyway, it's Only Talk and Roll at 4 p.m. Central Time on Monday. And then, of course, Papa Joe Gamer After Dark. I'm just going to quit changing the name of this. It's After Dark, even though it's not even dark yet because it's summer.
Go back to the original name. I was like, come on, stop changing it.
And it's going to be part 12 of Mass Effect. I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing pretty good. I'm getting things done.
I thought it's going to be DC Unite.
Oh,
DC
no,
Online.
that's right. It's no, wait. Let me think. No, it's not. It's Mass Effect next week because the 30th is the last Tuesday of the month.
Yep.
So actually, we are doing Mass Effect next week, and the Monday after that will be the Lantern.
Okay.
One. Yeah, for sure. You were close on that one, but remember we had the discussion near the end of the show. There is 2 more Mondays in the month. So yeah, next week it will be part 12 of Mass Effect 2. And guys, if you haven't seen it, I've never played this game before, so it's a lot of fun to see if I'm going to be running around in circles looking for shit all night, or if I actually get something done. And I'm actually getting something done this time. So you guys come check it out at 6 p.m. Central Time. No, 6:30 p.m. Central Time. I'm sorry. On Monday. And then it's right. Well, I do a show before this one on Wednesdays at 3 p.m. Central Time on Pop Culture Minefield. We do a drinking draw, talk about a movie. And today we talked about A Prayer Before Dying. It's about the IRA kind of thing with Mickey Rourke. So definitely check that out at 3 p.m. Central Time, right before I do this show at 5:30. So let's take a look at the chat one more time before we get out of here. It's mostly Kay saying, hey, what's going on to everybody. So look, guys, I want to thank you for being here. So for John and Jed and Knock, I want to thank you very much for being here. And could we take a look at that Corona Cam one more time? No? Yes? Corona Cam? Yeah.
Absolutely.
How many of those soldiers are down yet? How many soldiers?
I'm almost done. I'm down to my last 2.
You're kidding me.
Yeah. This one's empty. This one's full.
That's
and
not
then
that
this one's
hard
about
to
halfway.
do,
So
okay, so you're working on a Corona Cam.
I'm about done for the night. Yeah,
it's getting a workout. Okay, well, listen. With that, I want to thank you guys for being here, and until we see you again, I want you guys to keep on keeping on. God bless. And don't forget, whether you like them small, medium, or large, Titty Tuesday continues into Wednesday, every Wednesday on Joe's Atmosfere's channel. You guys take care. We'll see you next week. Peace.